when discussing the existence of life on Earth and the development of humanity. Scientists and historians can provide incredibly surprising answers. But not every question finds its answer. However, sometimes phenomena so strange occur that even they cannot explain them. Today, we will explore the world of mysteries that science still cannot explain. Discover fantastical places so unbelievable that even the greatest minds are left powerless to explain. These places seem to exist beyond the boundaries of reality. She was ready to step into the mystical world, where things could not be explained by ordinary reason. The pair of trees in Sao Sun So, Italy. In Ca Sao So, Italy, there is an incredibly impressive landscape. At its roots stands the Damapori tree, yet its crown blooms as a cherry blossom, two species merging into one. This is a rare phenomenon in nature, which can be called a hybrid pair. Occasionally, we still come across small trees growing on the trunks of larger ones. But it is very rare to find two mature trees living and growing side by side. Typically, the health of one tree affects the neighboring tree, and often the upper tree faces more challenges. However, the cherry tree here blooms with stunningly pure white flowers, showcasing its vibrant vitality. Even if barriers must be erected to keep tourists from getting too close. Climbing trees is a violation of the law. In Austria, a strange mystery shrouds Haydenshire Castle, believed to have been built during the reign of Roman Emperor Constantius II. From 351 to 361. However, this is just an assumption. Ancient civilizations often built architectural structures similar to this, to commemorate major military victories. This makes complete sense given the ancient city of Constantium. About 50,000 people once lived here, protected by a sturdy fortress. That city had vanished, leaving only a solitary gate of the sturdy structure still standing tall. For centuries, people mistakenly believed it was the gate of the ancient city. Because there is too little information about its true history, many myths and legends have been woven around Haydenshire, and this place has become a familiar site of worship for pagan devotees. People call this place the Gate of Heaven, but no one knows why it has such a name. If this is truly a Thetra Pilon Lama, surely there will be a statue of the emperor or some deity in the middle. But today, no trace of it remains. Inventorn Island in Kenya. On Inventorn Island in Kenya, a name that stirs deep emotions in the hearts of the people here. The name of this strange island lies on Lake Thakana, and this is closely tied to many myths and legends that have been passed down about this place. It is believed that once you step into this place, there is no way back. In 1935, a British explorer named Vivian Furs. He and his colleagues decided to test this hypothesis. Pildeson and Martin Shellfish visit the island as part of a research trip. But when they never returned, it only made the legend grow stronger. Some conspiracy theorists believe this island is home to a secret alien base. Those creatures will attack anyone who gets close to them. Meanwhile, the people of Kenya still hold the belief that whoever descends into the giant pit on the island shall be judged and annihilated. The photos were taken from the airplane as it flew over the crater's mouth. The passage reveals what appears to be the achievements of the ancient houses located in the center. But no one dared to verify it with their own eyes for a long time. The Indara Temple in Syria. Syria is home to countless ancient and mysterious temples. Every land holds its own captivating story. But the Indara Temple left a profound impression and captured special attention. The main cause is the enormous footprints that humans have left behind. Right in front of the temple entrance, there suddenly appeared. They have existed for at least 3,300 years, coinciding with the construction of the temple. There are differing views on their origin. Scientists and archaeologists have concluded that these carvings were made by the very builders of the temple, to perform the ritual of escorting the deities. Step into the deep chambers within the temple. However, according to many local legends, the temple was visited by a great deity with clawed feet, the one who left these footprints. Another hypothesis suggests that the temple builders were said to be giants, and these footprints have been preserved. Countless legends tell of giants. The ancients once lived in this land in ancient times, and that footprint was the beginning of everything. Those who believe in these stories often cite them as evidence. It's truly unfortunate that the temple has been severely damaged, following the airstrike carried out by Turkey in 2018. But those footprints remain untouched. The Temple of Heaven is located in Abu Ray. Most visitors when stopping by Aikar all visit the magnificent Great Pyramid of Giza. And that was a truly worthwhile experience. If a few more people are willing to drive an extra 20 minutes to reach Abu Ray Temple, perhaps this place will no longer be a little-known secret. This ancient city harbors a unique architectural structure, or at least a temple of Mach Troy once existed, built to honor the great god. About 2,400 years ago. Long ago, there once stood a black stone pyramid here. According to historical records from the ancient Aikar civilization, Abu Ray has lived through 6 generations of the Sky Wheat dynasty. Here are the translations for both versions. Today, the remaining traces. An equally dramatic and large-scale match. Once marked the westernmost point of Abu Ray. Still lying there, it raises countless questions for archaeologists. The fiery volcanic rocks are scattered across this area. It appears to have been crafted with extreme precision, with receiving surfaces and cavity holes polished to a smooth finish. It seems like it must have been manufactured using modern drilling technology. Additionally, there are a few square plates made of gypsum stone. There are symbols that resemble gears in an engine. Those who live here, do they? Have you ever had access to cutting-edge technology? If so, what has become of them and that technology? Proto-Pache in Kazakhstan. Long ago, Pache was almost an island, at the heart of Lake Oro, though now the water level has receded. That place has become a plateau in Kyrgyzstan, similar to Inventor Net Island in Kenya. Rumors say that once you step inside this place, no one ever makes it back out. Even its name, translated from the ancient Turkic language. In 1939, this area was officially recognized as a national-level nature reserve, and remained closed to visitors for the rest of the 20th century. No one knows what the Soviets did in this place all those years. However, many rumors suggest that this place was once used to conduct secret research. Nowadays, when approaching this area, electronic devices often malfunction, and the tracking device stopped working. According to some reports, some houses have been repainted blue. After staying too long on or near this highland area, a folk tale often passed down tells of a group of nomads who once stopped here during the time they believed to be a year. But when returning to civilized life, they realized 30 years had passed. This is a mysterious place that seems to hold supernatural power. The giant hand of Hercules was discovered in Amman, the capital of Jordan. Amid the ancient ruins of Amman, Jordan, you can explore ancient temples and majestic palaces that now lie in ruins. This is the hand of Hercules. And even when it's shattered into 3 pieces, it evokes a sense of terrifying grandeur. This hand is part of the Temple of Hercules, built in the 2nd century, during the Roman occupation of the ancient city of Amman. The reason the unfinished temple was forgotten has faded into the past with the passage of time. But the appearance of a handcrafted marble-style grip revealed. Perhaps there was once a plan to erect a giant statue of Hercules here. If completed, this would likely have been the world's largest statue at that time. This region is famous for its intense earthquakes. Perhaps the Romans decided to abandon this construction plan after enduring a series of consecutive earthquakes. As tour guides often explain to curious visitors, the nails and the skin around them on the hand are meticulously groomed, looking very neat and healthy. Anchored, Chicago Pyramid in Mexico City. Although it is known that the Romans built the Temple of Hercules the Conservator, but we have absolutely no idea who built the Chicago Pyramid in Mexico City. There is some evidence that an extremely large volcanic eruption once occurred, wiped out the civilization that once thrived here. But beyond that, the ancients left almost no significant traces for future generations to imagine their lives. Except for the pyramids. From the survey results of the land area surrounding the pyramid, archaeologists have determined that this area was cultivated from approximately 3,200 years ago until the 1st century, when Mount Shelley erupted. This is a profoundly tragic paradox for the Mesoamericans, those regarded as the apprentices of a fire deity. Some historians believe that the entire population perished in this disaster, However, there is also a hypothesis that the survivors escaped to other regions of Mexico. And they brought with them their distinctive cultural traits, contributing to the flourishing of Chinochitlán. Though this place no longer has any human inhabitants, it is now home to an entire colony of rattlesnakes. And tarantulas live here. This place has become a rather unsafe tourist spot. The Lost City in the Kalahari. The mystery of the Lost City in the Kalahari is an age-old enigma. That means there's still debate over whether it actually exists. It all began in 1885, when Canadian magician and explorer Curium Leonard Holt. He was also famous by the nickname Great Farini. He claimed to have discovered an ancient, deserted city, devoid of any human presence, while crossing the Kalahari Desert with the local people. In the report submitted to the Royal Geographical Society, he recounted witnessing the half-buried ruins, desolate temples, graveyard areas, and crumbling walls. This triggered at least 25 expeditions in the following decades. However, none of the trips discovered anything. As Great Farini once described, 1964 marked the birth of a fresh idea. Clements hypothesizes that the magician must have taken a wrong turn while crossing the desert, and discovered another route that Holt might have unwittingly taken. By following this roadmap, he discovered a series of massive ruins consisting of monolithic stone blocks made of dolerite, a material that can gradually form into neat, straight-edged blocks, like walls eroded by time. Even now, many still tirelessly search for the vanished legendary city of Kalahari. The bizarre architectural works of Nazi Germany. During World War II, the Nazis built many bizarre structures across Europe, and not all of it is fully understood. In the absence of reliable information, many strange and mystical theories emerged one after another. For example, concrete barriers were built along the Paren coastline. After the war, the Soviet military took over these facilities, and did not allow anyone to access it for decades. Still does not weaken the extremist rhetoric. For some people, the Soviet Union's interest in this region, it's confirmed, this is where the Germans conducted their experiments. Anti-gravity devices and weapons of mass destruction. There are several hypotheses suggesting that this is where the Nazis carried out a top-secret project. This bell is named Dayglock. Beyond its outward appearance, no one truly understands what purpose Dayglock serves, except that it's considered an extremely powerful weapon. Perhaps these structures are merely concrete foundations, allowing the cannons to rotate, but that would make them far less appealing. The temple is located in Swinton, England. The residents of Swinton Town, in North Yorkshire, England. The local people believe there is an ancient temple in this area. Looking at the Druis Temple in Swinton, anyone can easily see why. Clearly, this structure bears the appearance of an ancient architecture. Druis Temple. However, in reality, this structure was only built about 200 years ago, because of an extremely eccentric landlord named William Danby. In the 1820s, Mr. Danby was known as a wealthy and generous man. The townspeople are concerned about the rising unemployment situation. To address this issue, he paid money to dozens of local residents to build the temple following a model similar to Stonehenge. When the job was finished, he demanded a substantial fee for those who can live in seclusion within the temple for 7 long years. A person can live for 4.5 years, but no one can make it to 7. William's reward went unclaimed. Though not an ancient temple in the true sense, this place still captivates followers of modern spiritual trends. And the Druids often stop by every summer solstice. Gontium in Roden, Connecticut is a site that has left archaeologists and historians scratching their heads for answers. This ancient house has been inhabited by generations of residents for at least 1,400 years. Each generation leaves its own mark on the canvas of life. On the wall were sad engravings, stone circles, and many other drawings, but they did not resemble any known language. Alongside many artifacts of Native Americans. At Gontium, traces of habitation are densely concentrated. It makes it difficult to clearly distinguish when one period ends and another begins, or even who the first person to live here was. A common hypothesis suggests that this structure was built in the 6th century. The Celtic Christian monks were forced to flee Iceland to seek refuge, to avoid Viking attacks. But this will alter the long-accepted history of America. Before Columbus arrived, many crucial pieces of evidence had been overlooked. This area has existed since ancient times. Occasionally, Gontium experiences sudden surges in electronic activity. Scientists believe the cause lies in the formation structure. Rennet and Watt's Menethite stone tuber. But conspiracy theorists believe this could be a secret alien base, or some kind of energy portal. The theoretical stone tools discovered here date back at least 3,500 years. This disproves the hypothesis related to the Celtic monks. We are unsure whether this place was built in stages or completed all at once. It's a shame we may never get the answer.